leftists, listen up. It's time for the Purple Revolution. Hi, my name is Hunter Howell, and I'm a right-wing independent creator. And I'm
going to show you in a minute and a half why I have a hard time trusting this Purple Revolution.
If you're a leftist, I have a strong fucking message for you.
Not that. That's fine. Stick with me, though.
Hi, I'm Hunter Howell, and I want to be your friend.
And yes, I know who Hunter is. I watched a lot of his streams over the last year, before the election, when he was really rooting hard for our current president.
Now, just because I lean right on some issues, we all can agree that our government is occupied by Israel, by AIPAC, by Netanyahu, by the IDF.
Yes, we can agree to that, and I think there were plenty of people talking about this even before the election.
And it's time for a change. And in order to make that change, we need what's called a purple revolution.
We're almost there. Hold on, you'll see.
We can go back to disagreements later.
What kind of differences, Hunter? What kind of differences are we talking about?
Petty differences aside.
And there it is. Petty differences. Now, when you say petty differences, what differences are you talking about exactly?
Some formal policy in regards to domestic issues.
Now, he didn't clarify which domestic issues he was talking about, but let's talk about a few domestic issues that we will simply not be able to disagree on and everything just be okay. Now, Hunter, I'm going to assume that you and me are alike in the fact that we are both white, straight males. But here's a few things. The LGBTQIA+ community deserves to be free and happy to love who they love, be who they are, and this includes gay people, trans people, the whole 9 yards. Women deserve to be free to make their own healthcare decisions and decisions about their body without input from you and me. People that are a different skin tone than us, they deserve to be treated with respect and have all the same freedoms that we have. Undocumented immigrants deserve to be treated with respect, given due process, and treated like they matter, like they're actual human beings. I could go on and on and on, but if those are what you call petty differences, those are not petty differences. Those are human rights. Those are morals that I can never compromise on. And this, and the way that that video and the way that he framed that, is why right now at this point, I don't trust this Purple Revolution. I would say sorry, not sorry, but respectfully, it's just not sorry because there's no compromise on human rights. And unless that's part of the revolution and part of this conversation, then there's really nothing we have to talk about.
Okay, because here's the thing. I understand. You're saying you're fresh out of MAGA. You're saying that you're sorry for the people that you've hurt because of the way that you voted. You're saying that you were manipulated, lied to, believed in all the lies. Whatever the case is, right? And you want a purple revolution. Okay, I hear you. You've already heard us talk about you can't have a revolution without accountability, right? And part of that accountability has to do with the fact that we need to talk about the reason behind why y'all were so easily manipulated by that man. And it seems like y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all just want to skippity hop over it and just say, I'm sorry, oopsie, and let's come together. I'm still going to be red, you still be blue, but hey, let's be purple for a little bit so we can get them out because now they're hurting us. That's what it sounds like to me. So since it seems like a lot of y'all want to just say that you were bamboozled, beguiled, and brainwashed, we're going to talk about why it is that you were able to be so easily manipulated. First and foremost, you were not brainwashed. You were validated. Full stop. Trump did not hypnotize you. He just gave your racism, your misogyny, and your fear of equity a microphone and a flag. He made you feel righteous in your hate. Trump did not put the hate in you. He harvested it. He spoke the language of your privilege and of your fears. He didn't teach you racism and he didn't teach you misogyny. He just told you it was safe and okay not to hide it. So no, you were not brainwashed, you were not beguiled, you were not bamboozled. You were comfortable. And now we're seeing you come out because it's no longer comfortable for you. That's not cult rehab. That's guilt management. Because y'all were comfortable ignoring the pain of others, ignoring our warnings, our screams, ignoring kids in cages, ignoring police brutality, ignoring lynchings, book bannings, abortion bans. Y'all were comfortable and silent. But now that that same system has turned on you, now you want a revolution. You didn't wake up because you saw the truth. And I wouldn't even say that you're fully awake yet. You simply woke up because the system you built turned on you. Now that y'all are feeling the pain of it, suddenly it's we're all in this together. No. You don't get to skip the truth part of the healing process. You don't get to try to start a revolution while also pretending that your same revolution was not built on the blood of our people. Oh, and then you want to talk about we'll make sure that somebody represents the marginalized community. We'll put them in one of our leadership roles. Huh? Y'all White men should not be leading anything. If anything, you need to put your money where your mouth is and fund women of color, black women, so that we can lead and do it because we know how. The problem is that you haven't given us a reason to trust and believe in your so-called revolution because you fail to hold the mirror up to yourselves and face the fact that y'all were not manipulated. You were made comfortable in your racism. And that is why we don't trust you. That is why this revolution seems more like, oh no, I'm affected now. Let's come together. Because some of us have been out here fighting for our lives while y'all were cheering on the people holding the whip. Accountability means facing the part of you that liked that power. The part of you that felt protected by the lie. Accountability means that you being manipulated required you already believing that your comfort mattered more than someone else's existence. If you really want a revolution, start by dismantling the racism that made you easy to manipulate in the first place. It's not revolution. It's just the same white redemption story in a new outfit. A purple one.
The Purple Revolution? Some cis hetero white MAGA dude that just realized that voting for Donald Trump was a big mistake and realizes everything that's going on. And now he wants to join together with everybody who's not MAGA to go against the Donald Trump regime. You first, bro. You go first. If this group isn't labeled a domestic terrorist organization expeditiously, it's a psyop. Period. This is to round up people that want to go against the Donald Trump regime. Period. I wouldn't join this group if they were giving out $10,000 bonuses to join. I'd rather poop in my hands and clap than join this group, ever. And no, I'm not going to listen to this. We need to unite. We don't need to stand divided. These people they're absolutely going to snitch everyone out. This is absolutely a psyop. Y'all go first. Go first. I'm going to need to see you physically show up and do something about this first before I will do anything. And even after that, I'm still not going.
It's not left versus right, it's up versus down. Sure, but I think that we can do two things at the same time. I think we can acknowledge that there are wealth-hoarding capitalist monsters dooming millions of people into poverty, and then also some of those millions of people who are doomed to poverty also kind of want immigrants to have no rights in America, and also want women to have different rights in America, and also want gay people to have different rights. It's a little bit of left versus right, and I think that all of the conservatives coming on here talking about a purple revolution where we suddenly hold hands and sing Kumbaya and walk off into the sunset together have to first acknowledge that some of these culture war issues that they have been hoodwinked into thinking are very important to them are because those capitalist wealth-hoarding monsters want them to focus on that, want them to marginalize and other minorities and not their fucking wealth-hoarding capitalist overlords. I'm all for a purple revolution. I just need the color to be a little bit deeper, you know, kind of a bluish, like kind of a dark blue, like a really deep blue where everybody has fucking equal rights, you know?
Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well and staying grounded. Before we get into this one, big thanks to the originators and stitches of this video and to all the new and returning subscribers of Echo Room Vibes. Let's talk about the so-called Purple Revolution that's been trending and why a lot of people on both sides are having mixed feelings about it. So let's just quickly dive into the rest of the video and we will be back for more commentary.
People on the right have the nerve to come on this app talking about a purple revolution. Let's all come together in Kumbaya and fight this administration. We can deal with our petty differences later. Why now? Because now the economy's bad and his tariffs are ruining everything and people are losing their jobs and prices are high and now it's hurting your pockets? So now we got to come together? Meanwhile, a judge's house just got bombed in South Carolina because she had the nerve to tell Trump no. No, you can't have the personal information of 3 million people who voted in South Carolina. Their names, addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers. Why does Trump's DOJ want all that information right before the midterms? They're not giving any reason to why they want it. Trump just signed an executive order talking about non-citizens can't register to vote. Non-citizens already can't register to vote. That's not a thing in South Carolina. So what does he want to do with all the information? Since he's compiling lists, why doesn't he compile a list of all the gun owners in this country and make sure that they're allowed to legally carry? Why don't we do that? No, we're not going to do that. So this judge told him no. And then she got a bunch of death threats and her house got bombed. And it's crickets on the right. We had all this smoke for Charlie Kirk, a racist who said the civil rights movement was a mistake and that black women don't have brain processing power. There were teachers handing out worksheets talking about the life of Charlie Kirk to their students. But we're supposed to come together. People are getting kidnapped off the street because they're not white. Getting thrown into detention centers. Going missing in the system. ICE is pulling kids out of apartment complex naked in the middle of the night out of their beds, zip tying them. But now you want to come together. How are we supposed to come together with people like that?
Y'all heard about the Purple Revolution? I've been on a tirade all day today, and I heard there was a Purple Revolution, a group of MAGA people who have begun to see the light and see that MAGA way is not the way. They begin to burn their red hats, and they have some grand idea that they would just come back over here and join forces with us and declare and form a peaceful revolution. Get how racist and hateful you were? Did you forget that you voted against your own self-interest in order to harm black and brown people? You know, Purple Revolution, because we don't trust you. We understand as soon as things cool down for you and you don't feel as threatened, you feel safe and secure, you'll go back to your nasty, ugly, racist ways. And there will be no revolution because there cannot be a revolution without black people. And we are not getting out there with you all to protest anything. We've made it very clear. We have no desire to join forces with you. We don't trust you. Any heavy lifting that needs to be done, you better do it on your own. We'll sit over here and watch you. Out of your mind talking about a purple revolution.
Look what I got. Fuck your purple ass fucking revolution. You motherfucker, y'all gonna need a spokesperson. And Barney is not available. Okay? I don't know why the fuck y'all always feel like you need some kind of fucking name, a group affiliation, or some bullshit to make a fucking difference in this fucking world. You motherfuckers need to get off your fucking ass and go march. You bitches go march. You motherfuckers fuck this shit up. That wasn't us, okay? We showed up at the box. What box did you check, motherfucker? Okay? Don't tell us that we need to motherfucking mix of late colors, you know what I'm saying, and create a motherfucking purple party just to please these crying motherfuckers now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck no, these bitches ain't suffered yet. These motherfuckers ain't suffered yet. These bitches are scared of the suffering that is about to come their fucking way. Okay? Ain't nothing changing these motherfuckers' heart. These bitches is just some selfish motherfuckers, and this purple ass revolution, it proves it. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust these motherfuckers. I wish you would go out there talking about y'all marching with these motherfuckers, some purple ass motherfucking revolution shit for these bitches to set your motherfucking ass up and have your motherfucking ass out there. Then you know they hate Democrats, okay? Because when it all boils down, all this motherfucking orange bitch in the fucking White House gotta say is, I'ma send out that $5,000 stimulus check. And there goes your motherfucking purple ass revolution down the fucking drain behind $5,000 stimulus check that they're probably gonna have to pay back at the fucking end of the year. Okay? You can't trust these motherfuckers. All these mass shootings and shit going on and ICE raids and this orange bitch trying to put together a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, martial law scam. and shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to hit the street with his Marines and his fucking troops like they ain't got real shit to do across the world, while real motherfuckers suffering like the Palestinians and the people in Ukraine and shit. And down there in the Congo, we just now finding out they been hiding this shit, you know, for so long. And then people down there in the Congo are dying by the millions and shit. Y'all bitches, you know what I'm saying, worry about your farms and shit that you literally gave to felonies, your bitch ass, and the bitch league of injustice, you know what I'm saying, willingly when you voted for the hoes, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for you, you know? You deserve, you deserve what's coming to you, motherfucker, okay? Don't try to, no. Fuck no. What you do, if you want to make a difference, we ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying, holding hands walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, push it back on this shit. Just like you went individually to that fucking box and your individual ass checked that motherfucking box and was a participant in, you know what I'm saying, clapping and cheering this motherfucker into the fucking White House, you know, use that same motherfucking energy and do whatever you got to do on a personal level, bitch. We ain't got to fucking, you know what I'm saying, join hands and skip to Malou down the motherfucking road. If you wasn't so fucking selfish, we would have all been on one accord, but you was thinking about yourself. You was good. They wasn't talking about you. They was just talking about illegal immigrants, you know what I'm saying? They was just talking about they was taking black people jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? They was just talking about Haitians and Venezuelans. They wasn't talking about you. But whose street? They're not in Venezuela streets right now. You know what I'm saying? They're not repelling off of Venezuelan apartment buildings in Chicago and shit. No, they're on your motherfucking ass. And I know it's the Democratic, you know what I'm saying, states right now. But bitch, you think you safe? Okay. I'll wait. Cause no, your turn coming, and it's coming rapidly in one form or another. Motherfuckers ain't sorry. Motherfucker will turn on you in a heartbeat. Whatever it is, motherfucker want to align with you. For that, I guarantee you, there's a reason behind it. For all we know, this could be Felicia and the bitch League of Injustice, or them motherfucking Zion ass lobbyist motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, that's organizing this shit like they do every fucking thing else. And I'd be damned, bitch, if I was to even fucking wear a fucking the same color as you motherfuckers, much less march in a fucking circle with you motherfuckers, okay? I'm not Republican nor Democrat. I'm not liberal. I'm not none of that shit, okay? I'm the truth, and that's it. Period. There, Mario Gallup. That point blank, period. That's who the fuck I am. I don't need to be affiliated with a group or any of that shit to stand up for fucking what's right and to choose the right fucking things instead of choosing the things that you feel will benefit you and fuck everybody else. You know? Yeah, you motherfuckers ain't suffered yet. You bitches ain't ready. The fuck you talking about?
Welcome back, guys. So, apparently, some of the same MAGA voters who spent years defending the red side of politics are now calling for something new, a so-called purple movement that claims to bring the country together. The idea sounds good on paper, right? Unity, healing, bridging the divide between blue and red. But the issue is that this conversation is happening without a real reckoning for what created the divide in the first place. See, some former MAGA supporters are now saying they were misled, manipulated, or even brainwashed. They want to put the past behind them, reach across the aisle, and start afresh. But here's the thing. When people say they were manipulated, that conversation usually stops before the most uncomfortable question gets asked. Why was it so easy to believe what they believed? For years, many marginalized groups were shouting warnings about what was happening, about the racism, the bans, the book restrictions, the kids in cages, and the quiet tolerance of cruelty dressed up as patriotism. But a lot of those voices were dismissed or mocked. Now, that same system, that same political ecosystem has turned inward, and the pain has spread to those who once benefited from it. And suddenly, we're hearing a call for revolution, but one that skips the accountability part. What people are pushing back on isn't the idea of healing, it's the speed of the forgiveness being asked for. Because you can't build unity on top of denial. When people say, let's just move on, let's just come together, without actually addressing what made them comfortable, ignoring injustice in the first place, what they are really saying is, I want peace, but I don't want to change. This purple revolution sounds like a middle ground, but the danger of the middle ground is that it often means silence on the hard truth. You can't stand halfway on issues like human rights, dignity, or equality and call that balance. That's not moderation, that's avoidance. And for many people watching this unfold, especially Black, brown, queer, and immigrant communities, there's a deep skepticism because they remember being told to get over it when they demanded justice. They remember being told that oppression was politics. Now that the discomfort is being felt in white conservative spaces, suddenly the language of resistance is cool again. But for others, this just looks like an allergic reaction to losing comfort, not a genuine awakening. That doesn't mean people can't evolve or grow. They can. People should be welcome when they begin to recognize harm and want to do better. But accountability isn't optional. A real revolution requires reflection, humility, and a willingness to step aside so that new voices, especially the ones ignored before, can actually lead. Because, as one of the stage creators said, if white men are still trying to be at the front of this new revolution, it's not a revolution, it's just a rebrand. If this purple revolution truly wants to be something different, it has to start with century justice, not comfort. That means lifting up women, Black leaders, immigrants, and the LGBTQ community who have been doing the work long before this new wave of regret hit social media. It means redistributing the microphone, not just the message. So, yes, maybe America does need a reset, but not one built on nostalgia or guilt management. If you want a revolution, it has to start with honesty about how America got here and why some people are only now realizing what others have been saying for decades. That's the hard truth about the Purple Revolution. Unity without accountability isn't healing, it's recycling. Thanks again to the originators and stages of this conversation for opening the space for reflection. And to everyone tuning in, what do you think? Is the Purple Revolution an opportunity for change or just another remix of old power trying to survive under a new color? Drop your thought below. Stay safe and as always, keep thinking deeper. This is Echo Room Vibes. Peace out.